Mom and Dad Are Fighting is brought to you by Progressive. Are you thinking more about how to tighten up your budget these days? Drivers who save by switching to Progressive save over $700 on average, and customers can qualify for an average of 6 discounts when they sign up. A little off your rate each month goes a long way. Get a quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, national annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2020 and May 2021. Potential savings will vary. Discounts vary and are not available in all states and situations. This episode contains explicit language. Welcome to Mom and Dad Are Fighting, Slate's parenting podcast for Thursday, December 15th. The Juggling All the Things edition. I'm Elizabeth Newcamp. I write the homeschool and family travel blog, Dutch Goose. I'm the mom of 3 littles, Henry, who's 10, Oliver, who's 8, and Teddy, who's 6. We live in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
I'm Jamila Lemieux, a writer, contributor to Slate's Care and Feeding Parenting column, and mom to Naima, who's 9.5, and we live in Los Angeles.
I'm Zach Rosen. I am a podcast maker. I host another show called The Best Advice Show, and I live in Detroit with my family. My oldest Noah is 5, and my youngest Ami is 2.
Well, today we have a very relatable question about an 8-year-old who wants to do everything all at once. We're talking karate, piano, soccer, theater, gymnastics. You get the picture. We're going to help our listener get their schedule under control while also keeping their passionate 8-year-old happy. Then on Slate Plus, we cannot help but weigh in on a juicy question first posted on the Slate Parenting Facebook page, all about a pretend wedding that took place at school. Here's a sneak peek of what you'll hear if you have Slate Plus.
If these were first graders, I think this would just play, but like for these to-be kids, they're on the cusp of having that interest or that are starting to, like I said, I've heard some things. There's a lot of I like so-and-so talks to so-and-so. So for it to escalate past crushes and boyfriend, girlfriend to marriage is so interesting.
If you want to support our show, the best way to do that is by signing up for Slate Plus. You get bonus segments from us each week, as well as from your other favorite Slate shows, and you won't hear any ads. It really does help us out immensely. You can sign up for Slate Plus now at slate.com/momanddadplus. All right, we're going to catch up on our weekend parenting, but not before a quick break. See you back here in a second.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp Therapy Online. Unfortunately, life doesn't come with a user manual. So when it's not working for you, it's normal to feel stuck. Navigating any of life's challenges can make you feel unsure. Whether it's a career change, a new relationship, or becoming a parent, therapists are trained to help you figure out the cause of challenging emotions and learn productive coping skills, which makes therapy the closest thing to a guided tour of the complex engine called you. As the world's largest therapy service, BetterHelp has matched 3 million people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists available 100% online. Plus, it's affordable. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with a therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can easily switch to a new therapist anytime. It couldn't be simpler. No waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. Learn more and save 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/MADAF. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/MADAF.
If you're like me, you need help finding holiday gifts that kids will actually like. KiwiCo is here to help you give more than just gifts. They're here to show you how to give awesome. My 5-year-old and I just did the astronaut starter kit from KiwiCo, where it was pretty multifaceted, but totally doable and presented in a way where I didn't feel overwhelmed. I felt kind of in control, which is surprising for me because I don't think of myself as particularly good with these STEM projects. But with this astronaut starter kit, you start by painting a set of model planets, then you construct a miniature solar system that actually spins. And in doing so, you explore the ins and outs of space travel, from the history of space exploration to the challenges of astronaut training to amazing facts about life on the International Space Station. I learned so much. I had so much fun. My daughter did too. And I am so excited to do the next KiwiCo project. It's seriously so cool and well presented. As a parent, it can be hard to find creative ways to keep your children busy and challenged, and KiwiCo does the legwork for you, so you can spend quality time tackling projects together. There's something for kids of all ages. There's no commitment, so you can pause or cancel anytime. Give awesome this holiday with KiwiCo. Get your first month free on any crate line at kiwico.com/momanddad. That's your first month free at kiwico.com/momanddad.
All right, Zach, do you have a triumph or fail for us this week?
I got a fail. We are coming out of Noah having an ear infection. You would have heard last week that she was struggling with that. She missed 3 days of school, but the medicine started to work, and by the end of last week, she started to feel better. So she got 1 day of school in last week, and we thought, okay, great, she's doing better. And then on Saturday, it wasn't entirely apparent that she was still sick. But what was apparent was that she kept talking in her baby voice. And at first I was like, fine. Like she resorts to baby voice sporadically. She's 5. She's not so far past it. But she just like kept doing it. And I was just so impatient with it. I was just not being my best self. I was just like, Noah, talk like a big girl. Come on, Noah. And it's just like over and over. And clearly that wasn't helping. And all my fails come back to this lack of patience and inability for me in the moment to think about why might she be talking like a baby right now? What does she need? It turned out she was still sick. Like she developed a cold like that day. And I think she just needed some extra TLC. But I was ashamed of myself for just being like, Noah, come on. It's like that doesn't work. So I've been thinking about it a lot. In the wake of it, I don't endorse the baby talk, but I think my reaction to it was not at all helpful.
It is annoying, though.
It's so annoying.
The baby talk is so annoying. It's okay to be annoyed by it.
I did everything short of saying like, shut the fuck up, which I didn't do, but that's what I was feeling. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Thanks, Liz. Yep. It's a win. I didn't tell my kid to shut the fuck up. Triumph.
You know,
we have low standards at the end of the year.
It's December. We're on our last leg.
Yeah, we really are. My God.
Zach, something you said I've just found so profound. All of my fails are connected to a lack of patience. And that is so often, like, I think almost everything I do wrong in parenting, if I just took a moment, you know what I mean? Like if I took a beat. And just started out a little bit longer, you know what I mean? Like it would have gone differently. I would have used kinder words, you know, if I just had a little bit more time to think about her perspective.
Yep.
And so my own fail is from yesterday. I'm so deeply disappointed in myself. I lost my temper with Naima. And, you know, I gave her about 20 minutes to herself. I was in the laundry room to do homework, right? We did the first page of the homework together. Naima's been really frustrated with math. She's having some challenges there. We're working on getting tutoring. Like it's a whole thing. And she gets a lot of math homework, you know, which is in a way good. We're getting some practice. But in another way, it's like here you are every night being confronted by the thing that makes you feel inadequate, you know?
Yeah.
And I came back and like she did one problem successfully and nothing else. But it wasn't that she'd spent the entire time on one problem. It's that she said she second guessed herself on the first one. She wasn't sure she got it right. And so she didn't try with the others. She didn't have a device. She was just sitting there staring off into space. And I got so frustrated. I was just like, so you just sat and did nothing? You didn't even try, Naima. And I laid in on her for not trying, you know? And that is a consistent thing with Naima, that when things are challenging, sometimes she gives up. But, you know, it's my job as the grown-up to think about why she's giving up and to think about what does this mean on a, you know, deeper level, and to be more empathetic than judgmental. And I wasn't empathetic. I was judgmental, you know? And so, I mean, I didn't scream. I raised my voice, you know, I didn't scream, but, you know, like I wasn't kind in that moment like I should have been. And, you know, and she got very defensive of herself and, you know, like, It was the whole thing. And we apologized to each other, but I was very clear with her. And again, I reiterated it this morning that, like, I was wrong, you know, and when she says that's okay, I'm like, it's not okay, you know, and I don't want anyone to ever talk to you like that, especially not me. But I don't, you know, that's not how people are supposed to talk to you. You deserve, you know, kindness and patience. And I am frustrated with a lack of effort at times, right? But like trying to communicate that is so difficult. You know, she's often very defensive of herself. And it took her, you know, I think it was because I was upset that she, you know, kind of admitted that she just didn't try, as opposed to, you know, pretending as if there was some other sort of reason or, you know, but she admitted, like, I just gave up. I just didn't try. I don't know. It just sucks. It, like, God, parenting fucking sucks, you guys.
I know. Are you in a season right now of feeling overwhelmed by, because I am, certainly. Jamila, are you like, you're just like in one of those moments, which we go through. What do you think there's anything, like, have you been taking care of yourself? Have you been like having fun yourself? Have you been able to?
To the best of my ability, I have things to look forward to socially. I have some outlets.
Okay.
You know.
That's good.
It's just kind of a bad week, too. I don't know if you guys feel this way. It's just like all of the things.
End of year stress is real, for sure.
I think, Jamila, you should feel like amazing that you apologized again in the morning. Like, how many of us just blow it off?
Yeah,
and let it
I
go?
agree. I agree.
So
and you
that,
do
like,
this. This is your
day off
pattern.
really well. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she gets apologies. Like, she's, you know, I mean, not like it's happening all the time, but when I'm
right.
When I'm, you know, I'm generally pretty transparent about it.
I wasn't suggesting that you are fucking up all the time. I was suggesting that in the
No.
moments that you do, you're really
Every
good
morning
at
just
circling
starts
back
with
to
an
it.
apology.
Yeah.
Every morning, I'm sorry.
No, I just think, I mean, I so
morning.
often like apologize in the moment, but by the next day it's gone. And I think it's such a nice way to also reframe, like to come back and say, this is why I was frustrated.
Yeah.
And I
think
want
that's
better
good.
for
Yeah.
you. Like,
Yeah.
I want you to try things even if you're going to fail.
Yes.
You know, because you know that's an important life skill and she doesn't know that yet.
Yes, she doesn't get that. I'm like, if all these answers had been wrong, we would have been fine.
That would have been better than
That would
this,
have been
right.
better than this.
That's right. Okay, well, I also, making it a triple fail week.
All
I have
right.
a humorous
All right.
fail to share. All of our school pictures came back this week, and I'm about to slack you something. But first, I'm going to tell you.
Oh, boy.
Teddy's picture, adorable. Henry decided to opt out of the picture. He just said he wasn't feeling it, came home. I was like, okay, cool, because
I
we're
think that is
homeschooled.
kinda
They
cool.
don't have like a retake. Okay, I'm going to send you Oliver's.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Yes.
Did you get it?
Oh, yes. Okay,
Are you
let's
serious?
describe this.
This, guys, is the best photo that they had. So I'll let you two.
Okay, because I've seen this kid before. He's an
No
adorable
way.
kid.
He's such a
Gorgeous
cute
kid.
kid.
And this picture first.
No way.
Okay, let's describe this, Jamila. So he's got a cute zipper Christmas sweater on.
pullover.
Like high neck Christmas sweater.
Holiday
Very
pullover.
Sandy blonde hair, looking right at the camera. But it also looks like he is, what?
He's
Trying-
grimacing.
Trying to like hold in a fart? What is he?
You know what? He's
looks like-
grimacing. It is the most. You know what it is? I could tell. Like, he got caught mid. It was going to be an awkward smile, and they caught him mid awkward smile. So instead of getting the awkward smile, you get what looks like a grim. He looks so disgusted with. Like, this is a meme. Like.
Yes.
This is a
My
meme.
best
This is
friend
a
would
family
like it on a
meme for
mug
sure. This is
for
great.
Christmas. It is the worst possible photo.
Yeah, you have to. You
You
get a
gotta
copy
get
of
Of
this.
course,
I want
ordering
one.
prints because it's amazing.
This will go on my refrigerator.
It's not that funny, but every time I open it, it is.
It's pretty funny.
so
No, I literally.
funny.
Please send me one, Elizabeth. I want
It's,
one.
okay,
This
I
is
will. I'm
great.
sending everyone copies.
This will be the picture
he
you
looks
all
like
remember.
He's kind of being held hostage. And he, even after showing it to him, he said, Yeah, that's what happens when photos are taken in the gym.
Well, he's like disgusted at this bed. Look at what am I supposed to work with here?
Like kind of closed. His mouth is like
he's still cute
wide.
despite all of it, though.
He's still a very cute. You can tell he's a handsome kid, but he looks disgusted with the world. Like, how could you? There's a basketball hoop over there, and I'm supposed to give you Paris in springtime. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense.
He took a beautiful photo last year. In most of my family photos, he has a great smile. Sometimes he doesn't want to participate. So I was like, did you not want to participate? And he was like, no. Guy's not down.
I have a take that I think that school pictures should just be done away with. We take pictures of our kids all the damn time. Why do we need this stupid formal one with a gray background and spend like $40 on wallet-sized photos? That like we have enough pictures, don't we?
We have not had good luck with them either. Like, I mean, we had such great ones when Naima was super little, and these last few ones have not, she's not been happy with them. I haven't been happy. We just did retakes a couple weeks ago because the first set was and she had on this really fly hat, and the photographer said, let's do it without the hat, and that's the one he sent us. Like, the kid obviously wore the goddamn hat for the picture.
Yes.
Like, when do children have hats? Like,
send me all of the photos and let me choose.
Let me choose.
Yep. That sounds like an easy process.
He looks less disgusted.
Which brings me to, what did the other pictures look like?
Yes, I know.
What are the bad ones like?
How could this be the best?
How?
My other concern is, I think schools do them because then at least at our schools they use these photos like when you get your students next year, and I just think like,
okay,
oh good grief, like this is the picture they will upload into his digital profile.
What if he had school, like Naima's school? They didn't get them this year, but last year they had photo IDs with their school pictures on them.
Okay.
Oh, good grief.
So I guess there is utility to them, but still, this is.
But
this is
I could abolish. You could get somebody's parent and a backdrop and get better pictures.
I mean, I am going to buy it and put it on a mug, but
yes, that's exactly where it should be. Yes.
There could have been funnier ones.
There could have been one in which I felt was better, right? Like, how did some guy flipping through was like, well, this is the best we got.
Well, it is when Naima was younger, when she was at like a private daycare center or whatever, they used like independent photographers, and they would send us all of the pictures. Yes. But like all these Jostins and like the school photo industrial complex, the ones that have been doing it for 100 years, they've got a racket going. And I don't think they're going to change, unfortunately, but they should.
This has been a disaster, but a cute disaster.
They also get the money before you get the picture. So that's the scam of it all. Like,
now I'm stuck with this.
Now you're stuck.
Well, on that note.
It's so good.
It's the best. That is a triumph.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, on that note, we're going to take another quick break. We'll see you back here for our listener question. Feast your kids' ears with Pinna. It's entertaining and educational audio stories and adventures just for kids, with podcasts and audiobooks for ages 3 through 12. Discover well-known and original stories your kids will love. From comedy to sci-fi and mystery to fantasy, Pinna has something for every interest that'll be sure to leave both you and your kids wanting more. It's been a lifesaver for car rides and helping my kids settle down before bed. Plus, it's become a new favorite gift for birthday parties and the holiday season. Don't miss out on screen-free entertainment that you can feel good about. Right now, our listeners can get 1 year of Pinna at $19.99 for a full access annual subscription, a savings of over $50. Just head to pinna.fm/promo to sign up and use code MOMANDDAD at checkout. That's PINNA.fm/promo. This episode is brought to you by Saks.com. The holiday season is upon us, which of course means shopping for gifts. I have a little group of girlfriends that I love to be able to get them a little something to make them feel loved. They're all moms, and so often overlook the things that they love or that they'd want to pick up. But
they have all different personalities. So a lot of times it's hard for me to find something for each of them to make them really feel special. Well, a quick scroll of the Saks.com holiday gift guide is the easy way to shop for everyone on your list. They have everything from whiskey glasses to handheld weights to beauty sets to fine jewelry. Saks.com editors have curated the best presents, like La Mer skincare sets handpicked by the beauty team, the cozy Montclair beanies that everyone wants to be wearing for the office commute. And for the hardest to please, the editors at Saks.com have picked out Baccarat barware and Versace home decor. Saks digital stylists are even available to give you free gifting help and personalized recommendations, whether you're shopping for others or for yourself. Plus, free shipping, free returns every day at Saks.com.
This holiday season, give a gift to your loved ones that makes them feel special and unique. Just like the relationship you share, give the gift of Storyworth. Every week, Storyworth emails your relative or friend a thought-provoking question of your choice from their vast pool of possible options. Each unique prompt asks questions you've never thought to ask, like, what's the bravest thing you've ever done in your life? Or, if you could see into the future, what would you want to find out? After 1 year, Storyworth will compile all your loved ones' stories, including photos, into a beautiful keepsake book that you'll be able to share and revisit for generations to come. Honestly, I stopped having ideas for family gifts a while ago. Like, no one needs anything. And a year or two ago, I started just giving Storyworth to everyone I know. My mom, my dad, aunts, and uncles. This is such a good gift. If you are stuck on what to do for your family this year, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a gift more meaningful than Storyworth. Honestly, it's so cool. With Storyworth, I am giving those I love most a thoughtful, personal gift from the heart and preserving their memories and stories for years to come. Go to storyworth.com/momanddad and save $10 on your first purchase. That's storyworth.com/momanddad to save $10 on your first purchase.
Okay, we're back, and it's time for our question.
Dear Mom and Dad, we're struggling with how many things our almost 8-year-old wants to do and how to choose what to allow and what to strike. She does karate and loves it, and she also plays piano, but on any given day, she wants to play soccer, do singing lessons, do gymnastics and tumbling and dance classes and cheer and basketball, just to name a few. And here's the thing, it's not a passing fancy. She brings up all of these things all the time. We tell her there's only so much money that we have and time in the day, but we're struggling with what things to allow her to pursue. Obviously, we have our preferences, but we don't want to force her into not doing something just because we don't care for it. She's just equally as excited by the prospect of doing anything and everything that she happens to hear about. So, how do y'all decide on what to do? Thanks, Participation Pickle.
I think this is easy, like she's already got 2 activities, which I think is a fine number of activities for an 8-year-old who also has homework. I would imagine, unless you go to a very progressive school, and if so, lucky you. But, needing to keep up friendships with other kids and responsibilities around the house, 2 activities to me sounds like a good number. I know she brings up these things on a regular basis, but maybe it's time to talk about the things that she is doing, like if you could only do 2, what would they be? And if your schedule works for 3, maybe one of these things are only once a week, or maybe they're both only once a week. And so you have time in your schedule. Maybe she doesn't go to after school. I don't know. But like 3 activities, I would say, would be my personal maximum. And that's still a little, that's a little bit of a stretch. That's probably a lot of moving around unless these are, centrally located. And you could have somewhere in town that has a few of these options all in one place. The most important thing is identifying what she likes to do the most. Like, what is most important to her? If you could only do 2 things, what would they be? If you could only do 3 things, what would they be? And, committing to those, giving them a good shot. And if she decides later that she'd rather do gymnastics than karate, then you can make that transition, but just making sure that she's taking a reasonable amount of time to try things out and really explore her interests. I don't think you should be overwhelmed by the number of things that she's interested in, right? She just sounds like a creative, talented, active little girl.
Yeah.
Another way that she can engage with some of these interests is through reading, which you also want to make sure that she's getting a good amount of time to do in between all these activities, because she's at the age where she should be, approaching, being a strong independent reader. So let her, take it away and read a book about kids that are, I don't know, maybe that's cruel. No, you can't take dance class. Why don't you read about some kids taking dance classes? Maybe not that, but maybe that would be one way. They're so happy.
Just look at them.
Look at them dance. But maybe one way that she could, get out some of that extra energy could be through reading.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And this is a great problem to have. Like, your kid is a polymath. They are interested in a lot of things. That's wonderful. And to build on what you're saying, Jamila, like, I think this is as much a question about like what you want your life to be. Do you want your life to be driving from this thing to that thing? If I was driving my kids like every day a week to a different activity, which, eventually that might be the case, because like once you're in high school, you have like sports practice for whatever team you're on every day. But for now, it's like, try to limit it. And in addition to reading about dance or whatever, like, you can learn a lot online. You can take like those Skillshare type classes. You can like learn to sing by just like listening to music. You can learn to dance by like going in your basement, watching music videos, hanging out with your friends, and like coming up with dances. Everything doesn't have to be like institutionalized or formalized. Yeah. And in fact, like,
that's a really good point.
I wish that I would have stuck with the piano, but I didn't, because like the kind of didactic nature of like sitting with the old lady on the bench right next to me, that just like didn't work for me. So your kid could be someone who just like thrives in that type of environment. But I think that there are spaces at your home or at your kids' friends' homes where they can explore this stuff, have fun, but not like commit to it fully, and also enable you not to have to like pay for a bunch of things all at once. So I co-sign, like, pick the things that you care most about right now, the one or two things, and then, pick two new things in the spring or whatever.
I'm really stuck on this line that says, like, obviously we have our preferences, because I wonder a little bit if this letter is actually like, these are two things we chose for her when she was younger, and she does them and she likes them, but she's asking about these other things. And so I wonder if the conversation needs to be, would you want to try one of these things in place of one of these other things for one session, whatever that looks like, right? For the winter. What if we didn't do piano for the winter and you did this other thing? Or what if we didn't do karate for the winter and you tried this other thing? Because I do wonder if some of it is that these are things that were chosen for her when she was younger, and now she wants to make some choices about things, or she's hearing that her friends are doing things. I wonder if you've had conversations about, like, is it that you want to be in a class? Like, are all of her friends doing this one thing while she goes and does something else? And so now she wants to do something like with them. Like, what are the parameters? I also think summer is a great time to get to spread some of your wings on these activities. Mm-hmm. If you can find a camp that samples a bunch of this stuff. I know I've usually been able to find like a sports camp where each day is something different to really give them a chance to try these things. I just find with kids, like, they hear about something and they want to try it, but then they go try it, and sometimes it just doesn't meet those expectations for them. Mm-hmm. And I think it's okay to say, we can take like an 8-year-old can take a 6-month break from piano and come back and not have lost any ground. So if you're worried about like, we're on this path and I'm going to break into that, it's like, they're 8. It's okay. Giving them some opportunities to do some other stuff and then going back. But obviously you are still the parent. And I think, Zach, to your point that you get to decide what this looks like. It is okay to say no. And a lot of these things she wants to do, like Jamila said, go to an open gym at a gymnastics on a Saturday. They have those. You pay your $10 and they can try all the things, and there are instructors. Mm-hmm. And if you feel like that was a real spark, then talk about whether they like that more than karate, But they may go and jump a bunch and be like, oh, I don't really love this, Yeah.
It's a good problem to have.
It is a good problem to have. It's definitely, but it's also like a very adult, like, I feel like also you're helping them learn, Because as an adult, we have like a million different polls on things we could do with our time. And so like, how do you make those decisions? And how do you choose the things you love without also getting stuck in just doing the same things you've always done? So think of it as like helping her navigate that to lay some groundwork for when you know, you're not the one making those choices. Well, Participation Pickle, please keep in touch. We'd love to know what you end up doing and if any of our advice helped. Of course, everyone else, if you have some advice to offer, send us a voice memo or email us at momanddad@slate.com. That's also, of course, where you can send us any questions of your own. And that's it for our show. Don't forget to join us Monday. And while you're at it, please subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts so that you never miss an episode. This episode of Mom and Dad Are Fighting is produced by Rosemary Belson and Kristie Taiwo-Makanjuola. For Jamila Lemieux and Zach Rosen, I'm Elizabeth Newcamp. Thanks for listening.